Shalom, my people. Shalom. Hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown. Hello, brothers and sisters. And me, Julian. Like a fucking dog. Anyways, this is just another talking video, on my main YouTube channel. This might change in my channel. The reason technically it's like a little update, not really. So I passed my school. I graduated. And now I'm trying to transition to college, basically. So right now I'm just need to do it for questions and shit, and already I'll be a college student soon. So there's that. But I'm just taking like an occupational test to see where I'm at, and then pick what college I can go to and shit like that. Or take those tests and then pick what college I want to do, to boost up my techie shit. Because I do want to be a video game designer. In a spiritual enlightenment way. Remember, guys, like, some people might be like, oh, don't you this and that. I'm like, yes, I know. So, at the end of the day, guys, the people that are in tune and spiritual with themselves and know what's going to happen to this planet, you just ride in the wave of this fucking system being gone. Just so you know. Right? And soon things like in July and August and all that shit, a lot of shit's going to happen around that time. Especially to the planet. And there's probably things that you probably won't even see. Alright, so I'm not going to talk about that stuff, but I just want to mention that because I know some people might watch both of my channels of the enlightenment stuff and this one and be like, well, you say school of this, but in the other channel you said school of that. So what's really the truth? And it's like, do you know what system we live in, man? We live in a system that you need to fucking have money to eat your food. So no shit, you're going to have to find a job or some type of education system so you can go to find a job. Because I tell you, look, I made this story a long time ago on my YouTube channel. A long time ago. You probably can find it too. I was young when I made this made that video. The video was about, they told me that I wasn't eligible to go to college. Because I was in a learning disability class. I proved them wrong. I got my fucking GED. Got my high, equivalency of attainment, basically. It took about 9 years, technically 10, but 9 years to do it. In those 9 years and 10 years, shit could have just happened to this planet, man. I mean, it has, but I'm talking about, like, these orcs not being here anymore. These wicked ones. Because I already know, like, for crying out loud, I even told myself that I thought I'd still be in classes when all this shit is going to go down. It's not. I'm done. Now I'm moving forward. Yesterday I was kind of depressed. Mainly because since, I passed and everything like that, I'm just like, how when you're doing something for a long time and then you just stopped and now it's just like... So, and it's one thing I want to point that out too, is because that's how this system fucking is, man. The school systems and any fucking thing. It's the same thing when it comes with a job, man. If you've been doing something for a job for that long, then all of a sudden you stop, you'd be like, let's figure out what you want to do next. And me, yeah, I might have a high school diploma and shit like that, but I want to be a video game designer, guys. I do. For crying out loud, I'm like, I have, what is it? I just like to build shit. I like to make stuff. I like to draw. I like to fucking make stories. I like to make a fucking world. That's why I'm talking about video games and stuff, man. All the ideas that I had as a kid that I wrote down on a piece of paper, I wanted to come in real life. Like, I'm talking about, like, in video game form, I'm not saying that what you don't draw is not real. It is real. In a high knowledge way, it is real. But this channel's not for that. This channel is just for talking and, me, anything that's on my mind. So, and it's funny too, because I did made a video a long time ago of the top 10 Christmas specials, and you can look that up if you want. And it was me in the school. So you can look that up if you want to see how it was and everything like that. I might look at it today just here in the background because at the end of the video, I'm just like, and enjoy 2016 because we have Trump as president. And everyone started laughing. They're like, yeah, woo! And they're like, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Yo, man, people wanted me to have like a standing ovation, and some people wanted me to like to bow down because you did a good job, but I didn't. No, I'm not that type of person. I'm not. So, some of the stuff that I'm doing translating to college is great. I'm not going on the details because no one doesn't really care about the details. What you should care is that I did it, and I'm moving on up. But at the same time, I want to say this too. When this system is gone, and it's going to be gone very, 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 very fucking soon. By 2023, you're going to realize, oh shit, this is it. I'm like, yeah, it's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts of like, oh, let this wait out until 2030 or 2025. I've said this right now. I've said this too. If this shit does not go down in 2024 and it starts in 2025 or 2030 or 2050, I'm going to have to talk to my higher realms of brothers and sisters for that shit. I'm dead serious. I'm like, you mean to tell me that you guys literally were like, oh, this shit will start in 2030 and 2050? But you guys did not you guys did not just decide to rebel against that shit? And what's the excuse? Oh, we were waiting for you. Motherfucker, the time is now. The time is now. If not, then never, to be quite honest with you. I'm dead serious. Because there's people riled up in this country, man. And I'm talking about color people. When is it going to take for mankind to literally stand up and become what they used to be, like you see in Kemet, Egypt? Even, and the thing is too, what we're going to is going to be past what we are in Egypt. I know this, again, this is just a talking video, so let me just talk, guys. Come on, let me just say that's in my head. Alright? Plus, this is on the TheSkullKlown channel. It's not like I'm going to talk about stuff that's really hardcore that this channel will get deleted. You know? I'm just saying that things are changing, and they are. They really are changing. You know? And just so you know, like, you are the, like I made a video on my Enlightenment channel, you are the alchemist of your reality. You are the co-creator of your reality. Okay? And for anyone that is more, you know, carbon, that's carbon like me, that looks, you know, kind of golden, that means we could do that. We do that more than just Caucasian people. And that's not a bad thing. Some Caucasian people need to realize that they're not the end all be all. There's beings out here that they are the end all be all. And it's us. That's why back then, you Caucasians literally worshipped us. Not all of you did, but some of you knew right, and you guys were like bowing down to us. I'm not saying you should have. You shouldn't. None of us. Nobody should bow down to us, to be quite honest with you. Because at that point, it's almost like an ego type of thing. It's almost like, oh yeah, now I can rule your ass or some shit like that, you know? It's stupid. It's stupid. It's like, it's no different what these wicked motherfuckers are trying to do, you know? So, we're not going to that. I mean, kind of like we're free. We'll let our brothers and sisters do what they want as long as it was part of nature and not fucking up the fucking planet or cosmic realm or even cosmic laws, actually. So, as long as that wasn't happening, we were fine, man. We were fine. You know? So, the best thing is about life right now, at least for me, is that I'm in a state of, not stagnant, state of opportunity. Yeah, state of opportunity. Because there's a lot of things around me that's very opportunist right now, and I'm just like, I'm hungry. You know, I'm basically hungry for it, you know. And I'm young, for crying out loud. I'm about to be 28 next Monday. Yeah, my birthday's next Monday. Yeah, my birthday's next week. So, 29 years old. Can you tell? Seriously, can you tell that I'm 29 years old? Yo, what is it? The Myers Fanatic, if you're watching this, I want to tell you something. Black don't crack, brother. They don't. We don't. I'm dead serious, man. You know, I was just talking to a Hispanic dude when I was translating to college. I told him that I was Hispanic. He's like, don't say Hispanic, say Latino. Don't say the slave name. Yeah, I'm like Afro-Hispanic and Afro-Latino. You know, like when he said that shit, I started laughing my ass off. I'm like, well, then black people should not call themselves black then. Because that's a slave name that these white people gave you. I'm sorry. And don't say, oh, well, look at the word nigga. It's not. It's not. Do I need to do a history lesson of the word nigga? Because I don't have to. If you look at the word naga, like a naga serpent, and the word nigga, you be like, oh, that's that. There's no coincidences in this universe, people. There isn't. All right. And you gotta look at the vowel languages from Egypt and America. They're different. They're completely different. Completely fucking different. So when you look at the word naga and nigga, you'd be like, oh, okay. So this vowel wasn't in the Egyptian lettering. So that means this word meant this originally. I remember a long time ago finding out original words of what they meant, and I've told myself, why not use these still? Why not use these words still that originally were that weren't even bad at all? For example, the name Satan. Some people will be like, oh, it's a guy that looks like a dragon with horns and everything like that. Who told you that? Who told you that? The first thing you might say is the Bible or anything that's like horror or something like that. But Satan, if you know the name of Satan, the literally name Satan, it just means adversary. So I could be the adversary for someone. You could be the adversary for someone. You know those things that someone always put on Facebook? There's always you are you are the bad person. It's someone's story, basically. That right there that should tell you that you are a Satan to somebody. You are an adversary to somebody. Look at these look at some of these Caucasian people that want us dead because the color of our skin. Those are adversary. Well, which you probably won't admit it or not, but they admit it. They do. Not all Caucasians do. Especially, I'm talking about the corrupt ones and the ones that look at colored people and they're like, fuck them. You know, I'm talking about those ones and the rich ones, you know. I'm not talking about any other Caucasians that are nice and everything like that and respective. I've met tons of Caucasians that are nice and friendly and all that shit, you know. I met one that's racist, but that was like during a wedding and a guy was just like fucking Mexicans and it wasn't a Mexican wedding. It was a Salvadorian, Salvadorian wedding. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, I did point this out before. Some of my family members have married other Salvadorians that are not Afro-Salvadorian. So, I do want to point that out. Because I have pointed that out before in my other enlightenment stuff. But, again, this is not enlightenment stuff. I'm just talking. So, if you're here just to hear me talk, cool. I love you for that. I respect you for that. And you care. You know you care. I know I don't watch a lot of people's YouTube's videos and all that. I do apologize for that. I just like to live my life, man. I just like to focus on me sometimes. And when I make a video, I make a video. If I don't watch your video, I don't hate you or anything like that. It's just I'm doing other things. And sometimes when I'm tired or sometimes I want to watch something else, I just don't watch other people's videos. And that might sound bad to some people, but it's just the way it is. Like, don't get too emotional about it, you know? Don't think that, oh, I'm just doing it on purpose, you know? It's almost like when I said, oh, I'm bored, and someone's right next to me, and they're like, oh, so you're just bored because so you're just bored hanging out with me, you know? So I remember one time I said that to someone, and they thought that I was saying that to them. But I'm just like, no, dude. Like, the reason I said that I'm bored is because I'm bored. I'm not bored because I'm hanging out with you. I'm just bored because I'm bored. I goof around sometimes because I get bored. For crying out loud, if two friends are just standing there just watching TV, one of them is going to get bored and be like, make a joke. You know? Like, come on, man. We're boys. We're men here. We do that shit. I don't know about the women because I'm not a woman. I'm a guy. All right? Just want to point that out. All right? And I'm getting a haircut soon, which some people might be like, no. Look, this hair is going to grow back regardless. It really is. Have you, like, you guys know this. My hair grows, like, fast and everything like that. It really fucking does. For crying out loud, man. My brother-in-law talked about another haircut I could get, but, which is fine. I mean, the haircut that he mentioned, it's not bad and everything like that, the way he's talking about. He's just telling me that I could cut these sides right here and then puff this up a bit, and then it will look really good. You know, it will look probably fire. That's what he said. You know, but have you noticed that my hair though sometimes look fiery anyways? Like just when it squiggles, like you see how this is right here? It's almost like a flame, right? That should tell you something. That should tell you something. All right. We have 9 ether hair, baby. 9 ether hair. I love it. I love my hair though. I do. Even if it's cut or not, I love my hair. Despite sometimes me getting frustrated with it. Sometimes I'm just like, which way are you going, left or right? Yo, man. So, anything else I could talk about? Oh, the Vince McMahon stuff? Oh, how many minutes are we in? 15 minutes in, and I'm talking about Vince McMahon stuff. I could talk about an enlightenment video about that too. Because when I heard about the Vince McMahon stuff that's happening right now, I literally was going to make an enlightenment video saying that, oh, how the mighty have fallen. Oh, no, actually, I was going to say this. It has finally fucking started with this fucking company. It has. Remember the time that I kept talking about this business going to be exposed? They're getting exposed right now. And it's not done. It's not done. I hope you know that. There's going to be more allegations coming out. Don't be surprised if you hear Stephanie McMahon or Triple H. The fact that Stephanie McMahon is COO now, I'm just like, was that planned? Was that planned? It sounds like it felt like it was planned, in my opinion. I don't know. Most people are like, you just thinking things. So-called Afro people and black people are completely different from Caucasian people and other races. Why? It's because why do you think our hair was like a sun disk? Because it's the sun. And when our hair grows, that's why in slavery they want us to cut our hairs and shit like that, even today. The reason they want us to cut our hair is because we won't get signals, because these are antennas from the sun and give us knowledge. Even if we cut this hair, we still get information because of our hairs here. Don't think of it as hair when it comes to so-called black people and Afro-Hispanic people. Don't think of us as having hair. Think of us of having literally like copper wires. That's all our hair is. Our hair is literally copper wire. So every time it goes like a fro or anything like that, or every time I'm outside it sticks out or something like that, it's because it's sticking out so it can connect to the sun, bring knowledge in, basically. Why do you think when you connect to thyself and someone's already thinking of something, you're like, yo, I thought of the same shit? It's because you're connected. You're connected to the grid of the planet. And you should. You should be connected to the grid of the planet. It doesn't matter if you're doing... Look, some people might hate me for this. You could do all the drugs. You could smoke weed all you want. You could fucking masturbate all you fucking want, for I fucking goddamn care. As long as you plant your fucking feet on the fucking goddamn grass every fucking goddamn day, and you're connected to nature, literally, if you can literally feel what a person is feeling or what they're going to say before they say it, don't tell me you're not connected. Don't tell me that shit. Why, you're doing all this stuff and then all of a sudden you're still having that experience? To me, that tells me that the planet loves you. You have spirits that look at you, that love the shit out of you, and you are meant to do something different in this fucking lifetime, man. You are meant to be a ruler, one of the rulers of this planet. Alright? And this planet's huge, guys. This planet is gigantic. And over the ice walls of Antarctica, there's so many other lands that are covered with water and ice that's melting already. But, well, not the water, I'm talking about the ice. But, and other lands are rising anyways. So when one land falls, the other one rises. Why? Because it has to have balance. We need balance. That's why when a long time ago, when the planet was just filled with water, obviously we had to put lands. You know? I mean, because eventually we were going to get out of the water and step on land. Because we had to put something there. Because it was almost like, when you think about it, of an evolve type of state. It wasn't really evolve like that Darwin type of shit, but it was something else. You know, it was like the planet, when the planet evolved, we evolved. That's science, baby. That is. Right now, science is happening right now. A lot of it, like, shout out to my brothers and sisters that are carbon, because you might not know it, but your anatomy is literally changing as you speak. The sun, even if you're inside your own fucking house, the sun is beaming that energy inside of you every fucking day, and your body is changing every second and every minute. So when it finally does happen, when this huge event does happen, you'll be good. You'll be solid. Now, some people be like, oh, the meat stuff and everything like that. Look, like I said, I've said this too. Don't eat meat. Look, if you're one of those persons that be like, hey, want to eat meat, haven't eaten in a while, just to, have that, go ahead. I mean, you do you. If you felt like you should, then you should. I'm not going to blame you. I'm not going to fight over you or anything like that. I'm tired of that shit. I am. You do you. Because at the end of the day, look, I'll say this right now. Don't eat a whole bunch of fucking meat, basically. But you do what you want. This is just my experience that I'm telling you. You can eat a little bit of meat if you want to, but don't make it into like a fucking thing, basically. Because, guys, you gotta understand and understand too that when you go to the sun, when you meditate on the sun, basically, when you take your shirt off and you have the sun beating on you, you feel the heat and it starts hurting you or burning you a bit. And you wonder why. It's because of that meat or that dead flesh. Okay? So that has to come out of your body. All right? I remember that happened to me, man. When I first did it, when I first felt that experience, I was like, ooh, feels great, but ooh, I feel the burning sensation. I just felt it, and that was it. Yeah, I got like a burnt, but it wasn't like what these orcs get. And the thing is too, we don't get burned, we just get tan. And most people are like, but when I could do this to you, how come it hurts and shit like that? Again, it's a tan. We tan ourselves, man. Some people can't take more tans more than others, man. You're acting like we're all just we have different types of carbon. My sister, excuse me, shut the fuck up. Yeah, that's my relationship to that fucking dog. That's not even mine. That's my mom's. But my sisters, they don't have the plexure of skin that I have. If you looked at my sisters, you literally thought that they were white, but they're not. They're Puerto Rican and half Afro-Salvadorian. And every time I take a tan and I look good, they hate. Not completely. They just be like, man, how come you can take a good tan and I don't? So there are a few people that can stay in the sun more than others. It's just, for crying out loud, guys, just their carbon. Some people have more carbon than others, and that's not a bad thing. You're still part of the family. And I'm not talking about you Caucasians that have 2% of carbon. You don't count. You never counted. I'm sorry. You don't. And I'm not talking about the ones that are half-breed, like half black and half white. I'm not talking about you. You automatically joined us just because you have that carbon in you, all right? And there have been some stories when some white people don't care about you, man. And I'm just like, and they're all colored people too that don't care about you either. I'm just like, what's going on here? It's crazy, man. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking wild, man. So, anything else I could think of? I know that I could talk about the Vince stuff again, but just so you know, the whole Vince McMahon stuff, don't suspect it to end anytime soon. All right? Seriously. I said this before and I said again, this company's going to get exposed. Recently, remember that video that I made about the Black Eye Club with the whole wrestlers and shit like that? And then the Tuckus video showing the celebrities doing adrenochrome and then shows a child with panda eyes. Yeah, that video got taken down from my other channel. Not this channel, no. The other channel. The not the channel that's gone, the Nintendo channel. That video got taken down. Actually, no, it got removed. And it told me the reason it got removed is because, oh, you showed someone else's clip. And I'm just like, someone else used the same clip. Why you didn't take them out? Actually, you kind of did. I don't know what happened to Obi. Where the fuck is Obi? I mean, I'm not saying he's a brother, but I loved his videos and they were fucking informative as fuck. And where is he? The last time I've heard of him is that you took his bike. And that was in 2019? Dude. What the fuck? What happened to the brother? What happened to the man? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't care, but I'm so nice that and so caring that, and I care for other people. That I'm just like, what happened to this guy? You know. So I'll say this right now. That's the thing. Some colored people and Caucasian people don't understand or overstand when it comes to like you waking up and certain things happen to you because of the elites. If you are a Caucasian person talking bad about the elites, they will do anything possible to destroy you, obviously. Same thing with us, but we're different. If we try to, the thing is too, if you are Caucasian and you never talked about this stuff that I'm talking about, then you are never a target. You're just a lamb that's still part of the whole system. But when you talk the way I talk, and automatically, even if I didn't talk the way I talk, I still be a target. Because look at me, dude. Like, are you kidding me? Afro hair, dark pigment skin and shit like that, carbon. What do you think? You know? When the sun loves me more than these unnatural people that die from the sun, who do you think is the enemy? They want us to think that we're fighting each other and we are ourselves the enemy, but they are. These elites that, look like Caucasians or had the suit of a Caucasian, could be something else. Some of them are. Not all of them are Caucasian. Some of them might look like Caucasian. Sorry. They might look Caucasian, just wearing a different bodysuit. You know, like a reptilian could wear a humanoid suit. Kind of like what you see in Men in Black or the whole technology thing. Kind of like what I recently just saw, They Live Again. Great movie, man. If you haven't seen They Live by Roddy Piper, John Carpenter made that movie, guys, if you don't know. The guy that made Halloween. Watch that movie. It's a documentary, and it's so good. It's so good. I've noticed some things in that movie that I didn't notice more than before. And because my friend has a big, giant TV, so there's some things that I noticed I didn't notice before. And I'm just like, yo, this movie's 10 times better just because of the little, tiny, tiny details I noticed that I didn't notice before until now. Great movie. Highly recommended, guys. Highly recommend watching They Live. It's so fucking good. So fucking good. And The Truman Show. Watch those movies, man. Back to back, man. Literally back to back. So, anything else I could talk about? Yeah, I'm just enjoying my life, having a good time. I'm going to enjoy my summer. Because I'm planning to do that transition to college, like, during the fall. Because, motherfucker, I want to enjoy my fucking summer, man. And people have no idea that, like, there's some people out here that don't want you to, like, not all people, but some people just want you to, like, do straight things right away instead of you just taking time and not, I don't know. Some people just want you to move faster than what you want to do. And it's almost like you do realize I'm young, right? I'm not in my 60s I'm not in my 60s close to my deathbed being like, yeah, I need to do this now. You know? So, but I do understand where some people will come from if they kind of act that way a little bit because they want me to succeed and they don't want me to stir away. And they love me so much that they're willing to tell me that. So, and look at, my hair's not messed up as it was when I was in graduation. I wish it was like this, but, we can't all have what we want. But, of course we did. But, anything else I'm thinking about that I could talk about? Let's see. there is that new trailer, that teaser trailer that came out with the fairy not fairy godparents, the Addams family, and I recently saw the Mumpsters teaser trailer too. Yo, all I have to say is yes, yes. I can't wait for those shits. I can't wait. I literally cannot wait for the Addams family and the Mumpsters. What I look forward to more, I say the Mumpsters. I don't hate Addams family, but I grew up with the Munsters so much as a kid that I want to see that movie, you know. And how do I feel Rob Zombie making it? He's making it. At first, I was like, is it gonna have like some of the stuff that he does in his movies? Then I found out it was PG, and I'm just like, oh. Then I found out he was a fan of this stuff, and I was like, that makes sense. Because I remember when I first saw Rob Zombie, even as a kid, have you ever played Twisted Metal 3 and 4? If you haven't, that's fine. But he was in those games as cameos, and some of his songs were in that game too. So his look and everything like that it just resonated with me because it looked like something you see in a Mumpsters show. Like just the big giant cap, the makeup he has, a long beard and everything like that, looking like this. You know what I'm talking about. You know that music video of, who's that mystical creature who has that sensational love for the dead, living dead girl. It was in the song of fucking Bride of Chucky. Who doesn't know that song? You know? So that look right there of Rob Zombie, it just always reminded me of a Mumpsters character. It just did. So when he said that he was a fan of that, I'm like, that makes more sense now more than ever, for crying out loud. Even in some of his movies, they look like Mumpster characters. Then they say fuck, piss, and shoot and kill people. And I'm like, oh, Rob Mumpster family. So there's that. The Addams family, I love the Addams family. For crying out loud, Wednesday was my crush. She still is. For crying out loud, Christina Ricci is coming back. You know, she's not going to play as Wednesday, but she is going to play, the mom. And Johnny Depp is going to play the dad. Which I am just... It's perfect casting. It's perfect fucking casting. And the thing is, too, I'm very kind of with this movie. Well, show. It's going to be on Netflix, right? I'm very with this one. Why? Because it's Tim Burton. And I love Tim Burton. Okay? I love Tim Burton. I love his art style. I love his movies. Not all the movies, but some of the movies like Nightmare Before Christmas. Freaking, yes, he didn't make James and the Giant Peach, but his style is all there. Same thing with Nightmare Before Christmas. His style is all there. And freaking Frankenweenie, not the stop motion one, even though I do like that one. I love that one. The very first one, Frankenweenie. I saw that movie, I was a kid, and I fell in love with it. That movie right there told me that I wanted to make fucking movies. That movie right there. That was the movie that told me, yeah, I want to make movies. I don't know how, but I want to make them, you know? So Frankenweenie has a special place in my heart, and I love that movie to death. I really do. And it's a good movie. It's not long. It's on Disney Plus, and it's literally 26 minutes long. Not that long. It's funny, too, because sometimes you watch a YouTube video or a show, and it feels long. But when you watch this one, it flies by, like, literally just sat down, and literally it's over. And I'm like, I just put it on, and that's it, you know? So I felt that way from A Trip to the Moon. If you haven't watched that movie, watch it. It is on YouTube. It's public domain. So I might just upload it in my channel because it's public domain. Fuck that. I can upload the original King Kong movie in this channel because it's public domain. No one will take it away from me. And I knew that, and I know that because I did a review of the original Kong in this channel, and I got no copyright claim. I was expecting copyright claims from that movie up the ass, but then nothing happened, and then I was like, wait a minute, this is a public domain movie. No shit. You know? So, watch those movies, all of them that I talked about, if you haven't watched them. So sometimes I wish I had a list to talk about some things that I want to, so I don't. Is there anything with gaming right now? Maybe there is. I just can't think of it right now. And I'm probably going to shut this video off and be like, oh, now I remember. Square Enix just announced Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I told my friend that, and he likes the remake. I don't know if he beating it, but I told him some of the complaints I have with the remake and everything like that, and what Square's done, but he still likes it. He hasn't played the original, so that's why I'm like, in my head, I'm like, play the original, dude. The thing is, too, people might not play the original Final Fantasy just because of the way the graphics look, and that's fucking sad. Then that means you can't play a fucking Atari game. You can't. You can't. You can't play an Atari game and enjoy yourself, man. You can play a PlayStation 1 game or 2 game. Well, actually, no, a 2 game, but you won't play a PlayStation 1 game. Some people think it's fucking depressing. How? Because the graphics not up to par of what your standards are? Too fucking bad. Too fucking bad. Look, I would like to say that to some people that I know, but I'm just like, whatever. 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 At least I'm happy I'm not you. Seriously, man. Seriously. You're going to look at the original Final Fantasy VII and say that's crap, while the remake has the crappiest fucking story of them all. That's why I told you guys you don't understand. You don't understand what Final Fantasy VII meant to a lot of people, including the story. Look back at the story, and then look back at the story of the remake. It's night and day. And don't tell me it's not. It is. It's completely altered, and revamped. That's not what the people that loved Final Fantasy Remake, the original, that's not what they asked for. And yeah, some of them asked for bit by bit, but and the smarter ones were like, we're not going to get bit by bit, but at least something, you know? And yeah, the ones that did want something like that still didn't get it. And look, there were some people that did like the remake, and then when it came to the ending, people just hated it. So there's mixed opinions all around with this game. And then you change the title. You see, there was even some people when they got Final Fantasy Remake, they thought it was the whole remake, and they found out it was half when they beat the game, and they were pissed because Square didn't market it that way. Now you marketed this game as Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Rebirth of what? The franchise? Or the rebirth of Final Fantasy VII because you fucked up with the first one? Which one is it, Square? Which one is it? So much so, you actually decided to remake Crisis Core. Are you going to fuck that one up too? I don't give a fuck what no one says. Crisis Core is hands down the best PSP game of all fucking goddamn time. It deserves that top 20 or top 10 best PSP games. It's that good. Okay? It's that good in my opinion. Why? Because it's fun. It's fucking fun. I'll be back. Alright guys, I gotta leave, so that's really it. I'll probably do another part to this, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and be safe. So let me see how many minutes. Oh yeah, 37 minutes. That should hold you guys over until like I do a part 2 to something like this. So take care.